The ADA reports that 90% of dentists will retire on significantly less income than while working. Many tell me they never plan on stopping. They can't. See, practices only sell for a fraction of last year's collections, and those proceeds, combined with any outside investments you've been able to accumulate, won't support the lifestyle you are living now and want in retirement. How would you like to make sure you're not in the 90% who can't retire without drastic cuts to your income in retirement? How would you like to be like my client, Richard, who went from a solo practitioner producing $960,000 a year, working 5 long days a week, to producing $2.6 million a year while never touching a patient and being in the office less than 1 day per week? His practice was worth $750,000 before our process. Today it's worth $4 million. But Richard says, that's great, but why would I sell? I make great money and I'm not doing any of the work. Or how would you like to be like my client, Bruce? He was producing $140,000 a month by himself before our process. He grew to producing $325,000 a month with 2 associates within the first 90 days of working with us. And Avin skier, he skied 50 days out west that first year with us, his most ever. Now, I'll show you more client results like this inside this case study. But first, I want to show you what we're going to cover. In this case study, I'm going to show you how to use our 2-step methodology to get out of what I call the can't save enough, can't sell for enough crisis. I'm also going to show you how typical financial and investment advice doesn't integrate growing your largest asset and best investment, your practice, into your overall financial plan, creating unorganized chaos and anxiety, and how our process has been engineered to eliminate this chaos. I'm also going to show you the super strategies we use to grow your practice, reduce or eliminate your chair time, while increasing your income and increasing the value of your practice 7 to 10 times if you choose to sell. Now, who am I? Well, I'm Matt Kennedy. I'm a financial advisor and wealth manager. I built a financial firm helping business owners and professionals grow their wealth and retire successfully. But years ago, things changed. I was invited to meet with some very successful dentists and practice owners, and it changed my life. I learned that as a dentist, your first and most important financial engine is your dental practice, and integrating its growth into a wealth plan was critical. So in the middle of a successful financial planning career, I paused and became COO of a practice we grew to 4 locations and $1 million a month in total production before exiting. Since then, I've coached dentists in practice growth and wealth strategies all across the US, helping dentists just like you get results just like these. If you're a dentist who's ready to develop a rock solid, proven, and predictable plan to get out of the chair and enjoy your life, then you're going to love what I'm about to show you. Now, who can this help? This is for dentists that haven't been able to make the retirement math work. See, you were told to build a nice practice and set aside some money to invest. When you were ready to retire, so you were told, you would be able to sell the practice, and those proceeds plus your other investments would be enough to retire. But the problem is dentistry is too profitable when you're in the chair. If you collect $1 million per year, you're probably bringing home $400,000 or more. If you sold the practice, you might get $850,000. But you'd have to have a total of $10 million throwing off 4% income to replace your $400,000 a year lifestyle. And that's not even accounting for inflation. Now, are you going to be able to save and grow investments to $9.1 million outside the practice to make this retirement math work? This is what I call being firmly stuck in the can't save enough, can't sell for enough crisis. This is also for dentists that have created a job for themselves, not a business. Have you ever taken a vacation and not at some point calculated how much being out of the office was costing you? not just in flights and hotel rooms, but in lost production. See, with a job, you get penalized and in trouble when you miss too much work. But when you own a business, it's more valuable the more vacation you take without affecting production. It's also for dentists that are tired of being confused. Listen, there's hundreds of coaches and consultants and financial advisors pulling you in all kinds of directions, telling you they have the answer. If you're looking for a simple and predictable process, proven to create exponential practice growth, which leads to enormous financial success, then you're going to love what we do. I find that dentists that retire successfully, meaning they keep their current lifestyle through retirement and don't have to make drastic cuts, have two things in place. First, they have a high producing practice that gives them income even when they aren't seeing patients. And second, they have a financial, wealth, and investment plan that's integrated with and supports their practice growth. Dentists like Chuck. With our help, he opened a second location and now produces $5 million per year. He told me, I'm basically retired. Now, when you have a wealth system and a wealth plan that is practice centered, you can now focus on things you love outside of dentistry. So if you're not making the income you want, or if you're like a dentist I met with that produces $3 million a year by himself, but told me, I can't retire. I've got $1 million in investments and I can't sell my practice really. Nobody wants it because they can't match my production. Let me ask you 3 simple questions. If you were to sell your practice and retire, how long would the money last if you lived like you live today? How much would your investments outside your practice have to earn between now and when you want to retire for you to be able to keep your same lifestyle after you retire? If you could re-engineer your practice over the next 1 to 3 years so that you could sell it for 7 to 10 times what you could today, would that change your future? The dentists that earn the most with the least amount of work, have the most valuable practices, and retire successfully all know these things. They all know exactly what their patients want. And let me give you a hint. It's not simply quality dental work. They know exactly how much each patient is worth to the practice. They know exactly how to pull the right levers to generate the appointments needed to fill the schedules of multiple doctors working for them and create a production explosion. Now, when you know these things, you'll have a simple and predictable system that fills your chairs and generates explosive revenue. Like my client, Tom, when he started with me, he was maxing out 401k profit sharing contributions and producing $120,000 a month by himself. I showed him exactly how to reinvest those 401k contributions into increasing his practice capacity. And he added 2 associates, jumped to $300,000 a month in production, and even took his family on a 4-week trek to Mount Everest Base Camp, doing humanitarian work in the villages along the way. But just growing your practice doesn't solve your retirement problem. Just bringing in more revenue does no good if you don't bring home much of it. The dentists that solve their retirement problem also focus on profit efficiency. Now, most dentists use what I call bank balance accounting. And when they go to make a practice investment or expense decision, they go use this process. Should I buy this new CEREC machine or spend it on this new marketing? How much is in my account? Okay, let's do it. Does that sound familiar? We've developed a simple profit scorecard that finds money you're losing or leaking that you can recapture to invest and turbocharge your practice growth and wealth plan. We identify things like where you're overpaying in supply cost, where you're overpaying in income taxes, if you're getting your money's worth for the fees you're paying in your investment accounts, and much more. I've literally found what adds up to $7 to $8 million over a dentist's lifetime using our profit scorecard and unique financial strategies. Now, let me ask you this. If I could deposit $7 to $8 million back into your retirement, would that change things for you? To retire from the chair successfully, you really need to combine 2 things. I call this the Dental Impact System two-step methodology. First, you have to grow your practice, but not just grow production and grow collections. You have to grow it using the principles that will also increase its sellable value. You also have to save more money, not by reducing your lifestyle though, but by finding money you are losing or leaking. Now, it sounds simple, but as I like to say in my Tennessee drawl here, this ain't hard, but it sure ain't easy. To make sure you execute the dental impact system, you need to make sure these four things are in alignment. You have to know exactly what drives production growth. You have to know exactly what drives up the value of a practice. You have to know how to pull the right levers at the right time to fill the schedule. And you have to know how and when to invest both inside and outside the practice to create massive wealth. I call this cracking the code. And once you unlock the code, you'll get massive results that will give you confidence and peace about your future. Now, you can try to crack this code the hard way by yourself through trial and error. But did you know that there are more than 10,000 possible combinations to a 4-digit lock? You might find the combination that way, trial and error, but most people never do. Or you can do it the easy way and get the key from someone who knows the code. This is what I do every day with the dental impact process. Now, you've probably made financial and practice decisions like this, one at a time, at different times, with different people involved, under different circumstances. When you do it that way, your financial and practice life ends up looking like this, a junk drawer. And it's really hard to make sense of it all. Worse, because these decisions didn't consider the big picture and were misaligned, your oars are rowing in different directions, killing any real progress. This chaotic decision-making process leads to fear and anxiety about your unsettled future. By now, you're probably thinking, okay, how can I put in place a predictable system to grow my practice exponentially, turn it into wealth, and retire successfully? Well, this will be a perfect fit for you if you are looking to reduce or eliminate your chair time, implement a predictable practice growth strategy, and end the chaos and create a simple, clear plan for your future. Now, right now, I'm looking for a few more of my dream clients that I can help put the dental impact system in place for that will do exactly this: grow their practice while reducing chair time, turn it into wealth, and retire successfully. So for a limited time, I'm offering to have a strategy session with you if you fit this criteria. This is who I'm looking for. I'm looking for dentists that want a patient-centered practice and are willing to give the patient what they want, the patient wants. I'm looking for dentists that are ready to stop limiting their practice and personal potential. I'm looking for dentists that want a thriving business that doesn't rely on them being in the chair. And I'm looking for dentists that are willing to make changes, even if they're painful, because they have a vision of a better future. Now, here's how the process works. We'll focus on building a specific, custom-tailored strategy and execution plan using the dental impact system to grow your practice, get you out of the chair, and through a successful life. Now, this session will take about 30 minutes, and you will be speaking directly with me. I'll help you identify where you are, the resources and strengths that you're starting with, and get real specific about your practice's potential and where to go from here. Now, working with me is not cheap, but most of my clients make their investment back within the first 3 months and have much more confidence and peace about their future. Like my client, Don, he grew from $50,000 a month to $150,000 a month in the first 90 days by himself before he hired multiple doctors. He's gone on to hire multiple doctors now and has eliminated his time in the chair. But who is this not for? This is not for doctors that are not open-minded. This is not for doctors with big egos that think they're the only ones that can do exceptional work. It's not for doctors who make excuses and complain, or doctors stuck in information gathering mode that are not prepared to take action or get results. These results can be yours, but to get them, you have to take action. And it's not for doctors not serious about growing their income while doing less work. Now, doing the work is critical, but I want to get you results like I've shown you. The truth is that there are some people that I just can't help. And if that's the case, I'll be 100% upfront and honest and try to suggest to you an alternative. But I'm only looking for those who are a good fit and who I'm certain I can get results for. So let's talk about the first step. The first step is to complete an application. This application is necessary to determine if I can help and if you are ready to step up and take action to generate results. Once I receive the application and determine that you might be a fit, we go to the second step, which you'll be offered the opportunity to schedule a personal, individual strategy session with you and me. This is where we start working together to figure out what you want and if the Dental Impact System can make it happen in the fastest time possible. Now, at the end of the call, one of two things will happen. We'll either determine that you are fit, and I'll extend an invitation to work with me as a client with Dental Impact, or it's not a fit, and that's okay too. No hard feelings. Either way, you'll receive a valuable strategy session and walk away with new clarity as to where you are, what's holding you back, and the exact steps necessary to take action. It will most likely be the most valuable 30 minutes you invest in your business this year. So go ahead, complete your application now, and we'll see if you're a good fit for Dental Impact. Now, I do want to offer this warning. Right now, I have a lot of dentists who've applied in the last 30 days. This opportunity is limited because of the intense amount of time it takes to provide results. So I only work with clients I'm convinced I can generate results for and a return on their investment. I only work with 5 new clients at a time, and right now I have 3 of those 5 slots full. I'm looking to fill the other 2 spots with clients I know I can bring incredible results to. So please understand that this window of opportunity won't be available for long because my calendar fills quickly. And what I found is that those people that have the ability to make decisions and act quickly are the most likely to get results and become my best clients and do great work with me for years to come. All the people you've seen today, all of my clients, testimonials, and results came from people who made decisions and acted. So if you feel this is right for you, go ahead and apply right now to see if you qualify and follow the instructions on the next page.